Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another crypto video. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content. Today we are going to be discussing why tomorrow is pretty big for us overall. And it really is, because I think that tomorrow could pretty much be monumental for cryptocurrencies, especially, if we really look at it from a technical standpoint, pretty much past market cycles and stuff like that, and even just kind of patterns, if you will. So let's get into it and yeah, so right now, market is still kind of doing some incredible things. Like I said, total market cap is still back up almost 5%. We do see Bitcoin kind of ranging at this 34.5K zone. It is getting a little bit weird because if we actually come over to the Bitcoin chart, so right now, if we look here, we are pretty much on resistance, and we have been trading on resistance for quite some time now. We did make a run to 35K. We actually hit 35K almost exact. If we see here, we hit $34,999.97. So we couldn't really clear 35K, but once that level is cleared, broken, held, pretty much we get over that 36K zone. It's pretty much clear skies to possibly about 45K. Now, like I said, those levels up in this zone up here is pretty much very key for pretty much any altcoin, right? XRP, HBAR, whatever you are holding, you want us to be back up in this zone. Now, I am a little bit cautious up here still. We're going to, I would be very concerned if we get up here and we don't see a massive liquidation event happen. Now, the only reason why I say that I would be concerned is because this is what they would expect from us, right? They would say, all right, well, we are coming up into these areas up here. Everybody's feeling euphoric. Everybody's saying, all right, well, we're making new highs. We're going to the moon. This is where we would see a liquidation event where, hey, we pumped up, all of a sudden we come down and retest maybe even 28.8K again, or we, test even a lower low at 26K. This would not surprise me at all if something like this played out, as it is a way to trap retail investors. Pretty much anybody who is new, FOMOing in off who knows what coin is pretty much going to be pumping the most. I know that when Dogecoin was pumping, everybody was buying Doge at 70 cents, 60 cents. And it's funny because, even if we look at past prices, half of these prices, even Bitcoin at these current levels, are astronomically high from the beginning of this bull run, right? When we look back to March of 2020, we see Bitcoin all the way down in like the 5K zones and 4K zones. So, even at the levels that we're at now, it's astronomically different in terms of price. So, if you were buying at these levels, it's not a big deal or anything like that. Like, trust me, I've been accumulating HBAR at these levels now. But what I'm saying is, the next coin to really start pumping is when, FOMO will happen. FOMO will most likely happen on, a candle that's breaking all these supports and resistance levels, pretty much on the way to the moon. So once that happens, once FOMO's beginning, that's where a lot of people are going to start feeling euphoric. They think that, all right, well, we're out of the woods. There's going to be no more, lower lows being targeted or anything like that. That's when that will most likely happen. So we got to be very cautious about that. But let's talk about why tomorrow is such a big day for us, why it's such a big day for crypto overall. So we do know that it's basically Sunday's almost over, or it's actually technically over because it is 3 a.m. But we do know that Sundays and Saturdays are pretty much off trading days for most Forex markets, especially, stock markets as well. So pretty much we didn't get to experience what the Dow Jones or anything like that was doing, right? So tomorrow, or I should say later today, because now it is 3 a.m., these open up. So the indices pretty much open up, and that is when we will see some market fluctuations. Because once the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 and stuff like that do good, that is pretty much when crypto does good, right? So if we get an incredible close or open tomorrow where this is pumping up, most likely crypto will pump up. But we just recently experienced when this was pumping up and pretty much Bitcoin was sitting stable. So it is hard to tell what's going to exactly happen. What I would like to see is a great open and a great close for the Dow and S&P 500. And that will correlate to crypto overall. We haven't really seen much, I would say, much bearishness throughout the market for it being the weekend. And I told you guys, recent weekends were really rough. Even if we come back to Bitcoin and we look at where we were just 7 days ago, we could see 7 days ago, this was pretty much the 7th day. This is what happened on Sunday. So we had this massive sell-off point where we created a lower low, or I should say we pretty much bounced off of that low of 31K. And I always like to look at the weekends as pretty much buy opportunities. I like to sell when we get close to the weekend, or at least take a little bit of profit and then rebuy, because this is what happens usually on the weekends. This is actually Monday, if we will. The 21st was a Monday. So this is pretty much what happened on Sunday, and then we were pretty much greeted with this massive drop on Monday. Now, pretty much the last Monday from this date was, I believe, the 14th. If we actually look at that, we had a massive day on the 14th. So this is what I would like to see. I don't want to see something like this. But hey, it's not what we would like to see, or what's going to actually happen. What we really need to watch for is just the fact that, first off, the DXY is just doing what it's doing. I want us to break the 200-day MA. So this level here is what I want to see broken, which is about at this 91.5 zone. I've been mentioning that multiple times, because once that actually is broken, then we could really start to celebrate a little bit, because the dollar is what really kind of holds the markets down, if you will. Once this kind of falls down below this zone here and retest these 50 and 100-day MAs, that's where we could pretty much get excited. That's where we see this drop. That's where we'll most likely see Bitcoin dominance drop as Bitcoin kind of ranges. Now, I don't like the look of this chart. I told you guys I want us back down at these lower levels down here at that 43 level. I actually want that 43 level broken. I want to see us come down and retest maybe 41, which is that massive support zone that we found on the 7th of June. But again, it's all the idea of what Bitcoin's doing. And when we even look at HBAR, right? Because I know that this is an HBAR video. When we look at HBAR, again, we are seeing some nice price action, but it's nothing too crazy. Right now, we're on the center, if you will, of this support zone at 18 cents. We're not exactly at it. We did hit it, and we were holding a little bit. We're actually at 18.4, if we see over here as well. Now we couldn't hold that support line. We actually got rejected off of it a little bit, and now we're kind of ranging a little bit below it. So right now, if Bitcoin, say for so Bitcoin was to come back down and retest maybe 33.5K, right? We could see HBAR possibly retest a low at 17 or even 16 again, because I would not be surprised if we retest it maybe even the bottom of this candle, which is about that 16.5 cent zone. I wouldn't be surprised by 16.5 or 17.5 cent pretty much zone to pretty much be retested or anything like that. I know that price action sucks on HBAR right now, but hey, it is what it is. If we actually look at this, and if we look at it from a zoomed out chart, I mean, this still doesn't look too bad overall. What I want us to do would be to reclaim that 200-day MA. That is currently sitting pretty at about 19.3. Once we pretty much clear 20 cents, I think that we are pretty much golden. Like I said, 20 cents is pretty much the big key for HBAR. So if you wanted to set your price alert at a price, that would be 20 cents. And the reason for that is it pretty much puts us back in line, if you will. But what I really want to see is us to break 30 cents, which, like I said, we haven't been at 30 cents since pretty much the May 19th. And we pretty much tried to claim it again on May 20th and also May 21st. We got rejected off of it, so we ended up going lower. But I know a lot of people are saying 30 cents seems like a dream at this current price action, but it's really not. I think that we are going to range and get to that 30 cent plus zone. So if you really wanted an update on that, there you go. I'm really expecting some sort of relief in the market tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to watching the indices pretty much open tomorrow, and I really want the S&P 500 and Dow Jones to really do good. I'm going to be watching CNBC tomorrow. I always do. I really look at the market and really analyze what's happening. I'll keep you guys updated along the way. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and if you guys did enjoy this video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys do want more free content, you guys could always follow me on Twitter at NCashOfficial. You guys could also join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope everybody has a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out.